The channel is about to be 1 year old, and this is the last video that I'm recording here in this office, so I think that I owe all of you an update. So here we have it. This is the 100th video that's going live on the channel, and it also aligned really well with the channel's 1 year anniversary. It feels like really long ago, but also not that long ago, that I took like 300 takes trying to record a 40-second intro clip for this channel. So over the past year, I've gotten much more comfortable talking on camera, and I know no matter when you joined, when you subscribed or when you started following along, I know we've grown a lot together. You have all done a ton of growth as well. So I'm just checking in with all of you to say where the channel is at and where we're at with my life, because also this is the last video that we're recording here in this home office, because my wife and I are moving from Miami, Florida, where I am now, all the way across the country to Portland, Oregon. So it's going to take a few weeks for me to get my office set back up on the other side. And I also recorded 4 videos over the last couple of days that are scheduled to go live each week over the coming months. So we'll touch on that. But the first main thing I want to say to all of you is thank you, because it is wild what we've been able to accomplish in the last year, both with the content and the community that we've been building together, as well as some of you with the opportunities you've been landing, the salaries you've been pulling, the beautiful portfolios you've created. So yeah, just thank you to all of you. I know most of you watching this are probably subscribed to the channel and have been supporting the channel, but we've been able to amass over 5,000 subscribers here, which blows my mind. I would have been happy if we were able to reach 1,000 subscribers in a year, but you all have shown up for me, shown up for the content. And every time you like a video or share it with your friends or comment on it, it really does help what we're working to build here. So thank you all for that. I know some of you watching this are in the Portfolio Bootcamp and others are ready to join. But with the pre-sale and the first launch, there are over 100 of us in there, and it is really inspiring seeing what some of you have been able to accomplish and what you've been able to give back, not just to the bootcamp community, but to this entire instructional design community as a whole. Again, most of you are probably in the free Slack community as well, but we have over 2,000 people in there now. It started again just as like a little test. It was basically a chat room for this app I was creating as like a place to collect feedback and kind of talk about the app. And once people started asking more general instructional design questions in there, it has grown into this thing beyond me. And it's really cool seeing all of the support that you give each other in there and the questions you ask and the work that you share for feedback. So thank you everyone who is a part of that. And then just everyone on LinkedIn. I know most of you I see on LinkedIn where we're commenting on each other's posts, liking each other's posts, and just giving support to one another. And this goes on, right? Like some of you are on Clubhouse as well. This is all one big community, and I love being able to play a part in this, and I just really appreciate you all showing up for me in these spaces, and hopefully I can keep showing up for you in all of them as well. So big thank you. Essentially, you all have made my dream possible in this industry, which is supporting all of you. So some of you know a bit more about my story. I was getting a little burnt out with some of the client projects I was taking on. I wasn't feeling like I was making a huge impact or difference, but through the bootcamp, through the YouTube channel, through the articles and tutorials on my site, that is what I really want to be doing. And it's what I've wanted to do since I started doing it, because hearing from people and hearing about how they landed a job doubling their salary, or that they have the freedom now that they've been wanting after working as a teacher for years, that they landed their first freelance client and they can quit their full-time jobs because they're landing so much work. These are the things these are the reasons why I do what I've been doing and why I do it at this pace, because those are the stories that I want to hear. That to me, when I hear about how someone really landed a life-changing opportunity with the help of our content and this community that we've been building together, that is way more motivating and inspiring, and it just gives me way more like satisfaction than a client basically saying, oh, good job, our audience will love this course on whatever it is. And again, some projects are more meaningful than others, but I'm turning down client work now so that I can give the community as much as I can. And we'll see how it goes in the future. I still will likely take on projects where I really can make a difference and where the things I learn on that project I can give back to the community. But for the rest of 2021, I think I'm just going to see how far we can build this community and what it's like to just devote 100% to that. It's already at about 85 or 90%, but we're going to push it all the way to 100%. So again, thank you all for making this possible. Every time you like, share, comment, all of the above, everyone who joins the bootcamp, you are all supporting this mission of helping other people live more meaningful, fulfilling lives, where they have the freedom over past careers, or they have the freedom to leave these toxic work environments. So that is what this is all about. That's what we're doing here. It's not just about learning storyline or becoming a better instructional designer. Those things are necessary, but it's really about just landing those life-changing opportunities. And I wouldn't be able to do the work I'm doing without all of your support. So thank you again for making all of this possible. So let's talk about what's next. Like I said, I do have some videos in the queue for you. It does seem that all of you have been really enjoying these e-learning portfolio reviews. I know I can get a bit long-winded in them. I recorded 4 over the last couple of days, and they get quite long. I think it'll be 10 minutes, but it winds up being 25 minutes. But hopefully you'll find some value in those. And I tried to include a nice mix. So the first couple are from people who have been established in the field for a while and who have some really well built out portfolio websites. And then the next 2 weeks after that, I did some portfolio reviews from people in the bootcamp who just finished a really strong first version of their portfolio site. They're applying to jobs with them, and they're landing some really, really strong opportunities. So those are coming towards the middle or end of July, but I think you will really like to see those, especially if you're just getting started on building your portfolio website. Okay, and that leads us into the bootcamp launch. So again, most of you probably know about this, but I lead a bootcamp where it's basically unlimited feedback from me on your portfolio website and deliverables, as well as a lot of other guidance to really build the strongest portfolio you can to land these really life-changing opportunities. We've only done a pre-sale and 1 launch at the beginning of this year, but this July 22nd launch will be the last launch of 2021, and I do hope to see some of you in there. Also, my next project after that will be a storyline fundamentals course. I know a lot of you have been showing up for all of these free storyline workshops, and those will definitely continue coming, but I'm going to try to put together a really comprehensive, like the best storyline fundamentals course out there, and I'm going to be launching a pre-sale later this year to get the community in there, and we'll build it together to make sure that it is super, super comprehensive and effective. And then finally, of course, there will be tons and tons of free content and live events. Where the direction this channel is going, and I love that it is going in this direction, is it's dedicated to helping you as an instructional designer or e-learning developer land new and better opportunities. So naturally, a lot of that is working on your skill set and making sure that your skills are really well honed. But we're also going to dive into resumes and interview prep, and I have some really innovative live events planned. So we're going to bring some competition into it, and once I get settled in Portland, I'm going to try to raise the bar with these live events and think about how we can make them more fun, more interactive, more valuable from a content perspective. So really excited about that. Again, just will take a few weeks for me to get settled over there. About the bootcamp, if you are interested in that, you can learn more on idbootcamp.com. And if you just want to follow the content and follow what's going on, subscribing to my mailing list is the best way to do that. So I will link to the mailing list in the description. And then finally, I have these 4 portfolio reviews in the queue, right? I have a spreadsheet with so many content ideas, but I really want to create the content that you find most valuable and most helpful. So if you need to, take a little bit to think about it, but if you can drop a comment on this video, letting me know what content you would really like to see. I know I've already gotten some requests for storyboarding, doing some really detailed resume critiques, more interview prep videos. We can do all of the above, but let me know what would be most valuable to you, and I will make sure that that's what we get started on as soon as we get settled in Portland. So thank you again. I will see you once I'm in Portland. You know, there will be videos coming in the meantime, but I appreciate you all, and I will talk to you all soon.